called what? Very good children! Guys, I need a round of applause for Mr. David Faustino!
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Go for it. Welcome to my living room.
It's a lovely living room, and you have a lovely family.
That's my friends and family. They're very friendly. They enjoy having you here.
Good, it's good to be here. What's for dinner?
We're gonna have schnitzel.
Okay, I'm ready.
Did you ever try German schnitzel?
I did.
Yeah.
Not this trip, but I've had it before.
Yeah, that's a good dish, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's for sure. I just want to remind our beautiful audience that, guys, if you have any questions, we have a microphone there. You can line up in front of the microphone, and you can ask a question. And I think that he will answer your questions.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
No reason to be shy. Any question?
And no reason to be shy. And I bet that I will have a nice assistant for you if you want any translation. So if you have a question in German, I bet that my lovely assistant will translate it for you. The assistant is somewhere there. It's probably just getting in here or something. You know how it is.
He left already. No.
But if you have a question, don't be shy, because David is here for you guys. Not to chat with me in my living room, but for you guys. Of course, I will appreciate it as well.
Yeah. Always good to be back.
It's always good to be back. Second day of the Comicon.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I got, the first night I came here, I got 1 hour sleep. And last night I got maybe 2 hours.
Okay, so that's 3 total.
3 total.
Three is
Yeah.
fine.
So a little tired, but the German coffee is very strong. So I'm doing okay.
So you're not fueled with caffeine.
Yes,
All right.
very fueled with caffeine.
Yeah, and it's also very tiring to meet a lot of people as well, because you give out the energy also. No?
Yeah, it's been a long day, but it's been a nice day. It's been great for me. I mean, it's always nice coming to Germany because you guys are such great big fans of the show, and you express how much you love it so much that I always enjoy coming here. This is probably like my 8th, 9th, 10th time to Germany, so it's always lovely to come here.
It's really nice to have you always, you know? And would you ever imagine Married with Children Con? Just that in Germany. Imagine that. A small one.
That would be a big one.
That would be so cool, huh?
Yeah, the closest, we've never done a signing together. The closest we came was just very recently. Katie Seagal, who plays Peg Bundy, my mom, we did a signing together in Philadelphia, in the States. And I almost got Ed O'Neill, who plays Al, I almost got him to do it, his first one. He was this close. And it was because I was talking to him, come on, you gotta come do it. And the last minute he called me, he goes, no, I can't.
It's the first time is the most stressful one, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know how he would handle it very good.
Yeah. It must be, because as an actor, you don't have the access to your fans as immediate as you have on a con.
Exactly.
And that can be scary,
Yeah. So he's old school. Yeah. And he doesn't like to travel so much, so.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But we're very close. Like, to this day, he's one of my closest friends. He's like a cross between my dad and my friend.
It has to be. You grew up with him.
Exactly.
And that whole cast must be like a big, big family.
Exactly. And he taught me a lot of what I learned, because I had never done sitcom before, like in front of a live audience. Everything I had done before was just regular filming. And I learned a lot from just watching him. So I learned on the job.
And you also infused a little bit of Al Bundy into your character.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So that was your, because like his son, so you have to be similar.
Exactly.
That was pretty cool to see as well. And if you see all of the members of your cast on screen in different projects, like what are the feelings that you get?
I love seeing them. I mean, I loved Christina in Dead to Me.
Yes.
I thought she did a tremendous job.
I think she was nominated to Emmy for that.
Yes, she was. And I loved Katie on Sons of Anarchy. I wasn't like a giant fan of the show. I just didn't get around to watching too much of it. But I know Kurt, her husband, and her very well, and so it's good to see them do it. And yeah, so it's nice to see them. And we're trying to. We just shot an actual animated version of Married with Children that takes place in 2023. So we just shot the pilot. Well, they just animated it, and they're taking it out to different companies. So we'll see. You might have a reboot, but animated style.
That would be so cool. Like, I'm looking forward to it. And I hope it's gonna hit some big network or a big streaming service. What do you wish for more? A network or a streaming service?
A streaming service, because we can get away with a lot more.
Yes. Yesterday you mentioned that there's a lot of...
It's way more dirty. Way more dirty.
A little bit more blue.
Nasty.
Nasty. Could you tell us more, like, how did you get into that? Whose idea was it to get it animated, and like how did you convince the rest of the cast?
I don't know who came up with the idea originally. We tried to get a reboot going many years ago, but one of the executive producer's son wouldn't allow it to happen. I don't know why. I have no idea, because everybody was on board. But somehow he was okay with doing an animated version. So, but it's okay now because, you know, Ed is getting up there in age, and Christina, as most of you know, is going through some health challenges, and so it's sort of a perfect job for them. And you know, it's behind the microphone, but I got to see the first episode that we recorded, and I was also thinking it's going to be weird animated, but when I saw it really made me laugh. I thought it was pretty funny.
I'm so curious. Is it looking like a Family Guy, this kind of style, or?
It's one of the writers from Family Guy. So very similar style.
Okay, that's going to be very interesting. Looking forward to that for sure. And as we spoke yesterday about voiceovers and voice jobs, those are much easier for an actor, less hours, and less memorizing.
It's an easy job, but I mean, you have to get into it 100%. You know, you move around behind the microphone, but I mean, you don't have to memorize, and you don't have to look good, and it's been good. That's what I've been doing a lot of. Mostly, I do a show called Legend of Korra, which is part of the Avatar series, and then I do on Netflix one of the How to Train Your Dragon series, which is Dragons Race to the Edge. I play Dagger, and you know, so voiceover has been really good to me.
It's a really cool job to have, because also you mentioned yesterday you can work from home.
You can work from home. I get to see my kids. Exactly. I don't have to leave for 12 hours a day. It's nice.
And no traveling time. And you can do your laundry in between the takes.
Exactly. All the stuff that we have to do.
That's a really cool gig to have.
It really is.
Especially after the experience you had with the sitcom, as you said, those are long hours.
Yeah, they're not sitcoms hours are not as long as drama, because mostly it's rehearsal. You're rehearsing Monday through Friday, and then Friday you tape the show in front of a live audience. So we would tape one show, and then we go to dinner and we tape the same show again, but with a different audience. And then they take both of the shows, the best of both, and put them together.
Okay, so there's always a little bit of room for improvement or for a mistake as well.
And the late show is usually the best one, but the audience was usually drunk.
Well, how did they get the alcohol?
They snuck it in.
Did you have any incidents with the live public? Like heckling and...
I didn't, but Ed did once. Ed O'Neill, because he always had those long speeches where he would be talking, long, long lines. And one time he couldn't get this one, he was getting very frustrated because he couldn't remember it. And I saw it in his eyes. I never saw him get that frustrated. And then someone from the audience went, "Oh, what's the matter, Al? You know, you can't remember your line?" And you know, he's a black belt jiu-jitsu. A black belt. You know, he's an amazing fighter. He wanted to get in the ring with Donald Trump.
Imagine that. Oh, I would pay to see it.
Yeah, I would too. He goes, "Yeah, I just need 5 minutes in the room with him, move all the furniture out, and give me 5 minutes."
But that didn't happen officially.
Didn't happen.
I know, that's what we have to say, yeah? But that's pretty awesome. I would think there would be more interaction with the live public, but so they were behaving either way, you know?
Yeah.
That's nice. And also what I really like about the sitcom is that the writers would, like the writing is amazing. It's like a lot of layers of jokes that we get over time, like when we rewatch the series, you're like, oh, that was the joke.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're a kid, you get some of the jokes, and then when you're older, you get the sexual kind of jokes. But then when you get married and you have children, then you really understand the jokes. Now I'm married with children, and I understand. Now I really laugh at the show.
And then also the writers took kind of pleasure of poking out on you guys, the actors, you know?
Exactly.
So like for example, your rapper was there mentioned, or like Marcy's
chicken legs.
Chicken legs, exactly. And her
Grandmaster B, because I like rap music. And yeah, so they would make fun of they would watch us and make fun of us a little bit.
That's a smart move, because the material might be film.
Exactly.
And I can see that we already have some questions from the audience, so we're gonna take those, alright?
Okay, great.
Hello, go ahead.
Hi.
First of all, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you for having
I
me.
love the show Married with Children. I used to watch it with my grandma every day.
That's cool.
And I wanted to ask, what's your favorite moment of the show?
Oh wow! I mean, there's so many good memories because you know when I started the show, I was 12. I was just turning 13, and then when I was done with the show, I was 23, 24, and you know I have so many memories. But I think my two favorite memories of the show is we all flew to London to shoot the 3 episodes that we shot there, and it was funny because we were already like kind of big stars in America, but when we went to England, nobody knew who we were or cared. So it was funny, but that was a lot of fun traveling and shooting in England. And then, but like my favorite episode is the one where Santa Claus is supposed to parachute into Al's mall, and the parachute doesn't open, and he ends up dead in the backyard while we're trying to eat our Christmas dinner, and the coroner is taking the body out.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what is your favorite one? Is that the Christmas one or any other one?
The same one.
Yeah, that's a good one. If you watch it to this day, we could not stop laughing because it was a real weighted, the dummy that they used, they had it on hooks. And it was a life like real heavy, like a real person. And every time, you know, you hear the trees crack, and then we turn around and then boom. And if you watch it, you can see us all turn around, we're all laughing, especially Ed. And he looks right at the camera, almost like he's not a professional, to see if the camera's watching him laugh. It's just a slight moment, but we could never not laugh at that moment. It always made us laugh, because it was so loud, you know?
Thank you. And next question, please.
Hello.
Hi.
I was wondering, you've done both physical acting and voice acting. Do you prefer one over the other, or do you think they both have their, pluses and minuses?
But they both have their pluses and minuses. Like on camera is a lot more difficult, obviously, because you have to be much more prepared. You have to look the character, but you get more recognition. People see you from the show. When you do voiceover, half the people have no idea. Like sometimes I bring my Legend of Korra sign because no one knows I'm playing Mako. So you don't get the recognition as much. but the job is much, much, much easier. So it's, you know, they both have their pluses and minuses.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And which one is more rewarding?
Well, right now, because I have kids, the voiceover, because I'm able to spend time with my kids. And you know, like if the Married with Children cartoon goes, I would only work probably like 2 hours a week, as opposed to...
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good work week.
That's a good work week.
I can sign up for that.
Yeah.
That's definitely. And you were saying that you guys were very recognized in States. And could I ask a question? What was the kind of story that you used your fame to get out of a situation?
Oh yeah.
Only in the legal, frames.
Yeah.
Don't say anything that we don't want to.
Well, someone was asking me earlier, like, you know, when you go through the streets, are people saying, "Hey, bud, hey," you know? But I always have a hat and I always have sunglasses on, just because I don't know. You know, it's weird to be recognized when you're by yourself. But whenever I get pulled over by a cop, by a policeman, I always let them see me because they love Married with Children, and I get out of all kinds of speeding tickets. I'm lucky that way.
So that's a rewarding part
That's
of
a
life.
good one, yeah. I've gotten out of seriously 10 speeding tickets.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
You guys don't have speeding tickets here, right?
Not on autobahn, so on the highways you can go without the limit.
Yeah.
But in towns you have to be in the limit, and it's strict. Like you're over 5 kilometers and you get a speeding ticket. Yeah, so you're in trouble. So it's like a balance of freedoms, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, hopefully if I get pulled over here, it'll be by a fan from Married with Children.
As you know, you have a lot of fans here. The show has a lot of fans as well.
I see that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is all of the time that we have today for the stage content.
No problem.
So, guys, if you want to see David, you can see him on the signing area in the photo shoot, and it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys all so much for coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you. See you next time.